Morning everybody. Here we are, early summer, beginning of June, as you can tell by the flags, by the flag. So I thought it's about time we had a quick look round to see what the plot looks like. Now on the outside here I've got my bucket of sweet peas, which I always like to grow. And I'm doing it again. I've put sweet peas through here again this year. I know you shouldn't put them in the same place twice, but they look so good. So we'll give it a go anyway. So there's my little chrysanth. That's what my dad left. Right, so let's go on round. I've had a go at putting some smaller sunflowers in this tub, but it looks like the slugs and the snails like them better than nature. There's my horse poo, of course. Now then, the cherry tree, look at that. So it's obviously quite happy, isn't it? I might have to net that because I think the blackbird's going to help himself to most of those. I don't mind him having a few, but not all of them. Then there's my little tub. That's lobelia, and I'm preparing me frame for me winter, whatever I want to grow through the winter. Mostly lettuce. Then me insidey bit. It's cheerful. I've got a few flowery bits and pieces in here just to so when I go hiding away from the rain, I can go in there. Right, in the greenhouse, let's have a look in the greenhouse. There's my Christmas potato that decided that the weather forecast, the weather was so extreme, it died, but it came back to life. So I'll be able to tip that out for some early potatoes. And then the peppers, they seem to be going all right. I've potted some of them on. That's a tumbling tomato. Hopefully that's going to produce the first tomatoes early, and then the peppers are coming on okay. Then I've got one tomato plant there which I put in ages ago, as you can see. But it's doing okay. It's got flowers on. And then I've got that pepper is one that I brought through the winter, which is very rare. Usually I do it, I give it a go and fail, but this year one succeeded. So I've actually put it in the grain, but I've put it in the grain with a bucket round it. That is so that if it does get attacked by creatures, I can put something sticky round or some sort of baffle to stop it. So let's look round the outside, see what we got going. Right, now I've got my nasturtiums growing here, of course. They're lovely too. I ate a flower yesterday. It was blinking lovely. And then everything is really going good. I've got some cauliflowers there to go in a minute. I'll show you where they're going to go. And then me flowers and bits and pieces through here are all looking healthy. That's the bed that I'm going to be using for melons, and they're supposed to be an outdoor melon. So, but I've got to tidy that up. Then my shallots, that needs weeding, which is something I need to get on at all you amateurs about, or you beginners, get your weeding done. Now that spinach there looks scruffy, and it is scruffy, but I want the seed. So I'm just going to leave that just for a little bit longer. I'm going to take those off that's got the black fly on them. So I'm going to leave that just a little bit longer, and then I'll clear that. But then the shallots will be coming out probably in a few weeks' time anyway. Then I've got growing here is, I just like the marigolds. I'm having another go at growing sweet peas up that trellis. So they're in amongst there somewhere. Right, now my early potatoes are all good. Flowers are just beginning to show. There we go, and I'll pick the flowers off. I only do that because my dad used to say so. Now then, the peas, I've been picking loads of peas. Right, we can have just a quick pause and we'll go over to show you what I picked yesterday. Bye. There we go, we're back again. Right, there's quite a few, and all it wants now is a couple of days of sunshine, and those peas be done. Then they can come out, but I shall leave all the roots in, and then I'm going to put the cauliflowers in. And this bed will be cauliflowers right through the winter. Then I've got me beetroot coming on. Do you remember the last video? I just put them in. And my French climbing beans are looking good. I'm taking the top stakes. I don't let them grow too high, that way you can't pick them. So I'll take the top stake and then they spread out. Then there's another lot of peas there, look. Down near the end, there's one there, look, ready to pick. I'm going to eat that one in a minute. Come on, out you come. There they are. Oh, I didn't make a good job of that, did I? There you are, look at that, how lovely are they? I'll come back and I'll eat that later. Right, then my carrots in the frame, they're super. So we're beginning of June, and I'm pulling carrots. I think that's, I'm well pleased with that. So let's squidge over to the next bed. I've got a couple of broccolis there. They've suffered a bit because I don't think they liked it so blinking dry and so blinking. It hasn't been hot, but it's been dry. Right, this is my squash, and as you can see, I've got two close together there. And then when these peas are finished, this will just be cleared, and I'll just let the squash grow across here. Then my broad beans, they've been absolutely superb, and I've picked a load of broad beans as well. And then these are nearly at their end, so I shall pick the last few of those later. There's a few more there. Then I've got another squash there. So what will happen is I will channel these squashes into each other. It's the last of the broad beans here. And then in this cage, if you like the cage, I've only just stood that up there. I've got a cucumber. I've got 3 melons. They are 8-door melons, and they're looking happy. They're looking like they're growing. They've been struggling a bit, but that's because it was a bit cold. And I did put them out a bit early, but I've got some more coming on. And then further along here, it's all looking a bit scruffy. It's because it's such a busy time this time of the year, isn't it? Then I've got 2 tomatoes. There's one there, look, he's doing all right. And another one there, I can't remember what they're called. I've got a label somewhere. I think that's a yellow one. But anyway, and that's a beefsteak. Right, so, and then I've got strawberries are coming. There's one down there. There's a couple of real beauties there. Look. Oh, that one wants picking now, so I should be doing some picking of strawberries. Then remember, I put in a whole row of that I brought on from seed, asparagus, and they've all survived. They've just put up the one single shoot. Well, there's 3 shoots there, 4 shoots there, but it looks like they've all done. I've just lost one plant. No, I haven't. There it is. Look at that. It coming up late. Here we are, the beginning of June. So I got 100%. I'm pleased with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants, which is what I had. And we can always look back at our last video. But in the grapevine, I've taken the tips out of all of the shoots, and I've thinned the shoots. So now I've got each grapevine will be, each bunch of grapes will be lots of air around them. Right, I've also planted a couple of rows of parsnips. They're not showing yet, they've only been in a few days. And I've started a new compost bin, as you can see. And there's all the shucks from the broad beans and the peas. Then I've put in some cabbages. These are the white cabbage. I'm going to give them a go as sauerkraut. Then there's my compost bin. It's breaking down really nicely. That could do with the turnover now. And then here I've got a couple of marrow plants. They're looking good. The slugs have hit that marrow plant so hard. That's the third marrow plant. I'm sorry everybody, but I've had to result in slug pellets. It was that or no marrow. And then I've put some leeks in. Then there's my potatoes that I had the top on, and they're doing okay, look, and I've taken the top off and put it away. Rose tree's looking lovely. Then my blueberry plant is looking quite happy. Blueberry's a bit small at the moment, but as you can see, it is totally loaded with blueberries. Look at that. I'm well pleased with that because I love blueberries. Right, let's move on to the next bed, which is asparagus. There we go, there's the asparagus bed, doing good. I weed it as I pick the asparagus, I weed it, but now because we're beginning of June, I won't be picking anymore now. I'm just going to let that grow on. Well, I'm going to let the weeds grow for another week, then I can get in there and I've got something I can pull on. So there we go. Oh, and the plum tree's looking good. I'm not sure what I should be doing. I think I should be taking all those growing tips off. So I should Google that or YouTube that to see. Then my grapevines over there are doing good. That's me dessert grapes. That one wants thinning because there's quite a lot of bunches in there, so they want thinning out. I've taken all the tips out of those 4 bushes vines. But I haven't thinned them yet, so that's still got to be done. Right, so we move on. Now then, this bed here what had sprouts in it. So they've all gone. I'm going to give a go with some late broad beans. I don't normally grow them late because they get black fly so bad, but I'm going to give it a go because I'm going to try just ordinary soapy water to keep the black fly back. But I'm also edging this plot with stone flags. I managed to get hold of some really nice big lumps of slate. So that's what I'm doing. I'm edging it because because I'm going to sink the slate down a nice long way. It'll keep, and the wood won't go rotten, and it's just so worth it. Right, the strawberry bed here. This is my new strawberry bed. As you can see, the strawberry. Oh look, the wood lice again, but the ones I haven't touched. Look at that, and that's gorgeous, isn't it? So I'm going to be doing a good picking of strawberries today. And then what was the compost heap here, I've now moved onto the plot, and that was self-sown spinach. So it's kind of a bonus really, so I'm quite pleased with that self-sown spinach, and it is a cross between sea spinach and the cultivated spinach, and it's quite strong, but it's gorgeous. And then my fig tree's looking really good. What I said last time, I wasn't sure what to do. Mostly I should have picked all the bigger ones off, because that's all that's happened to them. Then they've dried out and shriveled up. So next year I'll remember when I look back on this video and take all the big ones off, but if I've got little figs on there, leave them on. So then this is my main crop potatoes. Well, one of the beds are main crop. These were planted, these were put in quite ages ago, and then I'll put a late lot in, or later ones in. Some of them are only just showing. I think because these were the ones I saved, so I've got a feeling they got mixed up. So maybe that's not such a good idea to save potatoes from one year to the next, unless you're very careful and label them up. I tend to fail when it comes to labelling. Oh, and these poppies, these are lovely. The bees love them too. Then my onions. These are the red onions. They're not growing quite as fat as I would have liked, but they're not bad. It has been really dry, and I wouldn't say hot, but it's been really dry. Then I've got some later sweet corn I've put in here with some courgette plants. I'm having the same trouble here with slugs. As you can see, they've chewed right through those leaves there, look. So I'm afraid they are eco slug pellets, but I couldn't see any other way around it. And that plant that was there is totally gone. There were 3 courgettes in here, totally gone. So I've got 3 spare ones, which kindly some people gave me. I should have sown some on. Then there'd be red currants and me gooseberries and me raspberries, all looking absolutely superb. Then the strawberry bed there, the high up one, that works a treat. I don't get wood lice in them. And they just add cream. They're ever so sweet. So that's all looking really good. Let's go on. Oh, I've got some sunflowers. These are Russian Giant. They were English ones, but once again I've got the Russian Giant and the English ones mixed up, so they could be anything. Some of them are self-sown, some of them are put in. Then these are the bought potatoes. So these are all looking really good. So that's good. We're nearly around the whole plot now. So if you've got potatoes, remember you've got to earth them up. Then the what was the parsnip bed is now complete. I've pulled all the parsnips out. I should be adding some soil to that with sand and putting in late carrots. The reason I like to grow the carrots in there is, once again, I can cover them with something to keep frost off, and then hopefully they'll stand through the winter. And then my onions here, these are the white Japanese onions, and they're looking superb. Quite a few have gone to seed there. All I do is I take the seed top off, mostly because I reason that if you take the seed top off, then the bulb is going to carry on fattening up, but who knows. And then my parsnip, the Isle of Wight parsnip was all died back, look. Once again, it needs sorting, it needs weeding, but I'm just going to leave them to dry for a bit, and then I'll sort it and weed it. And the same with the elephant garlic, the same thing I should do there. Just leave them now. If there's something growing in there, just leave it there and see what happens. Once again, there's my strawberries there, the just add cream. Then that wants watering. Look, remember that pot that I made? That desperately needs watering. You would have thought it would have got plenty of water, but because it's under the shelter of the peach tree, so it's not getting watered. So I better water that a bit too sweet. And then this is the last of this strawberry bed here. I didn't really want a strawberry bed here, but I put a few in a couple of years back. But look at them, they're loaded. And I think the secret is there's so many strawberries the wood lice can't eat them all. And then I've got sweet corn coming on nicely here, and then these are the 3 pumpkin plants, which are really happy. That one's running quite nicely amongst the sweet corn. Look, and the sweet corn give it a bit of shade from the hot sun. In fact, there's actually a pumpkin there, look, just about to flower. So I'm quite pleased with that. And then the apple tree is loaded with apples. I don't know if I've got any peaches on the peach tree. I can't see any. And then this grapevine, I've been through that, and I've given it a prune back and sorted out the various twigs, and the same with that one. The pond is well overgrown, and it's well overdue me sorting that pond out and digging it out, and I need to line it with a pond liner because it's an old sunken boat, but it's got a leak just about 6 inches down from the top. Yeah, everything is just looking really good. Let's have a quick squidge round at the beehive. And I think this year I've been fortunate enough not to have a swarm. So there we go, there's the thing. Oh, I meant to say about the foxgloves, look at those. No, they're good, and they were saved seed from last year. So looking good. So the plot is actually looking quite good. It needs attention, and that's the whole purpose of this video, is for the beginners that I'm encouraging. I'm really saying to you, get and look at your plot, get them weeds out, and just give everything attention. It's worth it. This time of the year, it is worth putting the time in. Okay? Anyway, be happy. Bye for now.